Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. Now, I did a video last evening, just a flash video, a teaser, I called it the teaser trailer for a story that would be coming out over the next few days, and that would be sort of culminating on Sunday. Because Roger Livermore, for whom I've had contact with now, has come to me and he wants me to help explain to people and push out a story that needs wide viewing. Now, I've been very fortunate. I spoke to Roger, lovely guy, and we talked for about half an hour or so, and he sent over a couple of emails. One that he'd previously sent, and another that he will be sending out on Sunday morning. Now, I am, other than Roger, I think I'm probably one of only maybe 2 or 3 others in the world who's got knowledge of the email that's going out on Sunday. And I will not be showing you that email. I will be showing it to you, but I'll be showing it to you on Sunday because he wants this to have the full impact of going to the people on the list first. And I respect that. He's asked me not to, he's been good enough to share it, but he's asked me not to reveal it ahead of it being sent properly. And so that's absolutely fine, and that's what I'm going to do. But with the discussion with Roger, it was decided that I need to drum up the interest. I simply have to make sure as many people as possible get to see this, are aware of it, ask the questions, know what is going on. And so for that, I did that little video last night, and that's done very well. Nearly 10,000 people have seen that flash video, so I know a lot of people will be interested in this video. Now, what I want you to do at this video is very similar. I want you to watch this video. I want you to share this video, because this is important too. Now, what's here, what we're going to do is go through an email that Roger sent some time ago. I think he sent it on the 4th of February. I've got it up in the screen here with me. Yeah, he sent this on the 4th of February. So we'll have a look at this email. But it's important to know about this email in order to appreciate what you'll be seeing on Sunday. It was, I think, Shakespeare in The Tempest, I think, who said, "What is past is prologue." And what that means is, in order to understand those things that will happen, it's important to understand those things that have happened. You must look to the past to understand the context of the future. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to look at this email, and we're going to go through it. It's not a long email, but it's important that you are aware of that to see the context for what is happening on Sunday. Now, Roger is... how can we say this? He's a very experienced man. He's a very knowledgeable man. He's a very well-educated and qualified man. He's had some very, very high-profile, very responsible positions over the years. And at one point, he was a Crown prosecutor. So this is a man who is well-versed in law, well-versed in dealing with authority and bureaucracy, and a man who, I will say, doesn't pull his punches, but does so in a perfectly wonderful way. He's not like me. I'm a little bit hyperbole and push my views and things like that. And that's fine. That's what I do. And I'm very glad that a lot of you have chosen to subscribe and you're happy with the way I present. I mean, obviously not all of them, because I do get a lot of hate watchers from the SNP. And I wish you all good day. And I do wish, actually, also that you'd leave the SNP and join the reality of how awful it is. But that's a different video on a different day. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go in, we're going to have a look at this video, this email, and we'll go through it, and then we'll leave it there and let it percolate in your mind for a day or two, and then see what is coming on Sunday. And to those of you who said I was just clickbaiting last night, no, it was important because I want to see as many people as possible to get what is happening over the next few days, because it is a very important subject. So for all of you who watched in good faith, thank you very much. For those who thought it was clickbait, it isn't. Here's the video. Please enjoy this. Right, now, so I've got up Outlook, and to be fair, I've removed Roger's email address. I don't want to hand that out, obviously, for his benefit. It's his email. I don't want to publish that. But what I'm going to show to begin with, before we get into the actual meat of the message, is the people he sent it to. And so you've got to the First Minister. It's got, obviously Humza Yousaf, Lord Carloway, who's the Judicial Officer for Scotland, the Today programme on Radio 4, CC Office, Chief Constable's Office at Scott Police, Presiding Officers at Parliament, Cabinet Secretary. Who's the Cabinet Secretary? Simon Case, the Cabinet Secretary. Simon Case is the Sir Humphrey Appleby. He's the Cabinet Secretary, the Permanent Secretary to the Cabinet. So he runs. He's the head of the United Kingdom Civil Service. And I won't go through all of the names on here, but I'll leave them up so you can see that he sent these to all the people that are important, all the news organisations that are important, everyone who needs to go. So I'll just leave that there. You want to look at those email addresses, they're fine, they're not secret. You can see who they are. And there you go. So now we'll have a look at what he actually wrote to Humza Yousaf on the 4th of February. So we'll just go through it. So, for the attention of the Right Honourable Humza Yousaf, MSP, Cabinet Secretary at gov.scot, First Minister at gov.scot. So that's definitely gone to Humza Yousaf himself and to the Cabinet Secretary, so there'll be the record on, file on record of this email. Dear Mr. Humza, on the 18th of January 2024, your Minister, Lord Advocate Bain, made a statement to Parliament on the Post Office convictions. And there's a link there. And what I will do is I'll put that link down and I'll pin that link underneath this video. So if you want to click on that link, you can. He continues. In the statement, Lord Advocate Bain stated, and her words, the Crown Office and Procurator Fiscal Service is the only public prosecution service in Scotland. It acts independently and makes prosecutorial decisions in the public interest. Now that's what Bain said. Anyway, he continues. Your Minister was stating that the Crown Office and Procurator Fiscal Service is an independent, or it is independent, when it most certainly is not and can never be. It is, as you know, the Scottish Government. COPS is a ministerial-led Scottish Government department headed by Scottish Minister Lord Advocate Bain as wholly part of the government that you lead. COPS is staffed by government officers who are always part of the government. Bain, in accord with the mandatory requirement to be honest, was required to make it clear that the Post Office prosecutions in Scotland were carried out by the Scottish Government. Bain was not honest. This, he says, is a most serious breach of the 7 principles of public life which are part of the Code. This is in respect of the Lord Advocate's blatant and repeated dishonesty on this subject. This is a major breach of the Scottish Ministerial Code, which applies to all ministers, including law officers. Collective responsibility for the sins of the law officers applies to you and the other ministers. By contrast, prosecutions in England and Wales are carried out by the Crown Prosecution Service, the CPS, which is an independent body and is not part of government. It is headed by an independent DPP, Director of Public Prosecutions, and not by a government minister like Bain. Bain knows what her job is and what COPS is, and none of it can ever be independent. Bain was knowingly misleading Parliament, pretending that the Post Office prosecutions were lawful, when, as Bain full well knows, they were not lawful. The Post Office prosecutions were and are null and void. You signed the new ministerial code in 2023, and there's a link to the ministerial code, and again I'll put that in the pinned comment below. Bain is responsible for constantly breaking the code under section 1.3 by their non-compliance with the law, including international law, the ECHR, and in the current blatant misleading of Parliament, 1.3c applies. Now he's going to quote here 1.3c. 1.3c, it is of paramount importance that ministers give accurate and truthful information to the Parliament, correcting inadvertent errors at the earliest opportunity. Ministers who knowingly mislead Parliament will be expected to offer their resignation to the First Minister. Despite repeated reminders from ASAP NHS, that's the organisation for which Roger is currently working, to Bain and yourself, he said, about the unlawful acts of the Lord Advocate, they are in effect lying on an extremely serious matter. The effect was the pretense that the post office prosecutions were lawful when they patently were not. By the ministerial code of the Scottish Parliament, Lord Advocate Bain should have promptly resigned by section 1.3c. Bain has not. You are compelled to sack them. If you do not, then you will be failing to uphold the code and therefore in breach of it, e.g. section 1.1. If you do not, then you will be upholding the Lord Advocate's lying lie, and you would be, by section 1.3c, required to resign. Yours sincerely, Roger M. Livermore. Now, that is a fantastic email. He's laid out the law. Now, given, of course, that Roger was a Crown prosecutor, Roger knows the law. Roger is well aware of the law. These people, Humza Yousaf and Dorothy Bain, both know the law. And the law is clear. Bain must go. And if Humza Yousaf will not sack her, Humza Yousaf must go. And that is the email he sent to Humza Yousaf on the 4th of February. And today's the 16th, so 12 days ago. Bain is still in position. Humza Yousaf is still in position. And that's how it sits at the moment. I'm going to come up. I'm going to round off. So it is quite clear, and as Roger puts it in that email of the 4th of February, it is quite clear Dorothy Bain has not just misled Parliament, but she's broken the law. She must, by law, resign. Roger has got her by the short and curlies, because if she doesn't resign, then by law, she must be fired. And if Humza Yousaf does not fire her, then by law, he must resign. They're all breaking the law. The code is clear. The code they all signed, they all ratified, and they're all going to hang by it. Roger, thank you for that email. That, as I say, was the one that was sent nearly 2 weeks ago. Roger will be sending another one on Sunday, and I will bring you that email and the follow-up with the Zoom call with Roger subsequent. That'll hopefully go out Sunday afternoon. I'm thinking the email will be a Sunday lunchtime, midday video. So do pay attention to it, because this is serious. This is constitutional. This is constitutional law. This could be Scotland's Watergate moment. It is that serious, because it is a clear breach of the law. And I can't wait. Thank you very much for watching this one. I hope everything has sort of been contextualised, and that will be now sitting there whirring through your head, and we'll go and have a look at what it all means on Sunday. Meanwhile, normal service will be resumed with the next video. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.